military policy met, as of today, a total of 15 times. That's an average of 3 meetings a week, and actually, our current records is 3 separate meetings in one single day. In those meetings, we have met with people within the university community and those outside the university community. We have met with members of AU's Army ROTC platoon, the Vice Provost of the university, the Director of Athletics, and the Cadet Battalion Commander, who is the highest ranking cadet of the entire Hoya Battalion, who is an AU student. We have gone all the way down to Georgetown to meet with captains and colonels who lead the Hoya Battalion and instruct cadets in their military science courses. Those are just some of the meetings that we've had. Already, looking ahead to just this week, we have 4 meetings planned. One is with the Director of Public Safety, which will take place less than 24 hours from now. One with the Senior Director of the University Center on Wednesday. Another meeting down at Georgetown with administrators of the consortium's Army ROTC. And our weekly committee meeting to continue drafting our meticulously detailed report in hopes of completing it by Thanksgiving. And that's where Crump is now. So, why do I care so much? Why have I asked so much of the members of my committee? Well, I can't speak for any of you. I can't presume why you decided to join the Senate, but I can tell you why I joined the Senate, and why I was the only member of the Senate to serve for a full term and run for re-election. I can tell you why I'm still here. I joined the undergraduate Senate because I believe that this body is and can be the most powerful source of advocacy for students at this university, and I have done my best to do that with every piece of legislation I've written. I'm committed to fighting for the students affected by the work of this committee, and I challenge you to find 3 groups who need the advocacy of the Senate more than these. I have dedicated countless hours to this committee and its work because I believe that it is the Senate's job to advocate on behalf of the students of American University, no matter how few they are. And the answer to your question is there are 40 Army ROTC cadets, 15 Air Force ROTC cadets. In terms of the Army, there are 7 seniors, 11 juniors, 11 sophomores, and 11 freshmen. I believe that this committee will be one of the most important pieces of advocacy in the history of the Senate. But the question now is, what do you believe? And so here we are now, with this motion. Many of you may be wondering yourselves, how should I vote on this? Well, allow me to offer my thoughts on the motion. What it really comes down to is, what do you think of this committee, and what do you think of me? If, after hearing all I have to say about Crump's past, present, and future, you feel that this committee seems disorganized, if it seems inefficient, if it seems pointless, if you feel that the issues it seeks to address are not important enough for the Senate to advocate for, then I would advise you to vote in favor of Mr. Shimoleski's motion. If you feel that I have failed as a chairman, if you feel that I have neglected the task set before me, and that I have failed to lead this committee effectively, then it would only make sense for you to vote in favor of Mr. Shimoleski's motion. If you feel that the work of this committee can be postponed for even 1 week, and that we can cancel the 4 meetings we have already scheduled, then it would make sense to bring the committee's work to a screeching halt by voting in favor of this motion. If you believe this committee lacks a vision, if you feel it lacks a clear purpose, if you feel it lacks a definite goal, then it would only make sense that you vote in favor of Mr. Shimoleski's motion to dissolve the Committee for the Review of University Military Policy. But if you have faith in me, if what I have told you today gives you confidence in the sheer determination of this committee, if you believe that these students deserve to have the Senate advocate on their behalf, then I urge you, I beg you to stand with me in opposition to this motion. If you believe, as I do, that these problems have plagued this university for too long, if you feel the same fierce urgency that I do, if you believe that the Senate can address these issues, that it should address these issues, that it must address these issues, then I urge you to stand with the Committee for the Review of University Military Policy, vote no on Mr. Shimoleski's motion, and help us tackle these titanic issues for the benefit of this university and its students. Mr. Speaker, I thank the Senate for its time, and I yield the floor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that Mr. Atanasios' words be entered into the record. Is there a second?
Thank you.
Any objections? Shall we so? Mr. Shimoleski, would you ask to a point of motion? Yes, sir.
Can I motion myself to,
Oh, would you like to speak? Would you like to speak during debate?
Yeah.
Oh, please, by all means, yes.
Okay. You know, I only brought it up because I think that
Point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, I apologize for interrupting the previous speaker. Now that Mr. Atanasio has completed his statement, the current rules are now back into effect that he only has 1 minute.
Yeah,
That's correct, sir. Yes. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No, I only brought it up because this is the only way I felt that we could get a debate going, and I don't think just because the committee has been around since the 4th Undergraduate Senate necessarily means that we should just automatically okay it going again, seeing as really not many of the new senators have a clue what it did, so I just think it was prudent to inform us all, and the fact that you take it personally, well, that someone would take it personally is, I don't know, a bit immature, but anyhow, I would like to withdraw my motion to dissolve the committee.
Okay, thanks, sir. Excuse me. Are there any other points of motions at this point?
Mr. Speaker, I motion to introduce for first reading and send to the Committee on Rules and Privileges Bill something, a bill to define access to AUSG emails, bill something else, a bill to solidify Senate access to OFAS reports, and bill something else to reform school and class councils.
Of the 1, 2, and 3
Well, yeah. The motion before, is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
Was that to bring them up to first reading or to bring them up and waive first reading?
Bring them up to first reading. The motion before you and seconded is to bring up to first reading what we'll call Bill 10-11-001, Bill to define access to AUSG email accounts, Bill 10-11-002, a bill to solidify Senate access to OFAS reports, and Bill 10-11-003, a bill to reform. Mr. Yates, if you could.
This is a bill to reorganize class and school councils.
Class and school councils. Are there any objections? Seeing none, seeing no objections, they will be assigned first reading.
I presume emailed out.
I believe the point of
Yes, sir.
inquiry
Yes, sir.
information. I believe that part of my motion was to assign them to CR.
Oh, it was? My apologies. All 3 bills will be assigned to the Committee on Rules and Privileges for first reading, first consideration, not this upcoming Sunday, but the following Sunday.
2 weeks from now.
Yep, October 21st. 24th. Yes.
Senate next week, right?
Yes. A very important point to raise that we will not be having Senate next weekend because of fall break. I personally will be going home, and I imagine many of you will be going home. And I think it may be good for all of us to take a break, to realize what happened today, to brainstorm for how we can move